I'm sure you guys have seen the news by now. Rodri is a very serious option for Real Madrid. This news came out yesterday, just before the game between Madrid and Celta Vigo. I was going to be making a video about it, but Madrid was playing yesterday, so I wanted to talk about it today because there is a lot to talk about this. I'm going to be giving you my opinion about whether I see some truth behind it, whether I see a world that Rodri could potentially join Real Madrid, and of course, whether I would want Rodri or whether I don't want Rodri anywhere near Real Madrid. Before I get to any of this, make sure you all right now like the video, right now hype the video, right now subscribe to the channel. Hey, we got to 28k, the road to 30k. And, of course, comment your own thoughts, whether you want Rodri, whether you don't want Rodri, and whether you see some truth behind this. Because I'm going to be real, I do see some truth behind it. I don't think it's been a surprise. I don't think this is a surprise in any given way. And I think Madrid have shown interest over the past year, over the past 2 years to Rodri. I think it's been well documented that we've come out different times and basically saying that Rodri is an option for Real Madrid. It's not a surprise that some of our players have also said, I want Rodri to join Real Madrid. One of them being the club captain, Dani Carvajal, who whenever he speaks to the interview, to the press, whenever he's got a podcast or whatever, he always says how much he wants Rodri at Real Madrid. And it's also no surprise that Rodri himself has come out in interviews and said that the rumors that links me to Real Madrid is very flattering. The idea of joining Real Madrid in the future is something that I will never say no to because it's one of the biggest clubs and one of the greatest clubs in the history. Forget the fact they played for Atleti. If you ask Rodri, would you want to play for Real Madrid? I think the answer is yes. Now it comes down to the fact whether I think it will happen before I give you my opinion, whether I want it to happen or whether I don't. I don't think it will happen. I don't see a world that it would happen. I see some truth behind it. I think that the reports are right because it's not just Mr. Matteo Moreto, more than one journalist from different countries, whether it's the Spanish journalists, the English media, the Spanish media, the French media, the Italian media, they've all come out and linked Rodri to Real Madrid. But I don't see it happening. Just because of the fact what Pep said literally 2 weeks ago, last month, Pep basically said, we're sitting down with Rodri, we need to give him an extension, and we're working on giving him an extension for next season. So, and if Pep stays, Rodri stays. If Pep leaves, that is a question mark. But I see Pep staying, hence the reason why I see Rodri staying, because Pep would want him to be extended and to stay at Manchester City. Now it comes down to the question whether I personally want it to happen or whether I don't want it to happen. I'm going to be real. As much as he's been good over the past couple months, and he is getting to that level that he was before, of course, he got the injury and what he was doing before he won the Ballon d'Or. Of course, that little level. Of course, nowhere near that level, but he's slowly and gradually getting to that level. Despite of that, which I'm not saying is bad, I think he's been very good over the past 2 to 3 months, ever since he's recovered proper from that injury. Of course, start of the season, whilst he was recovering, he wasn't to that level. His fitness wasn't that good. His intensity wasn't that great. But now, once he's got a lot more fitness, a lot more match sharpness, we're seeing the version of Rodri to what he was before the injury. I still don't want it to happen. I don't want Rodri to come to Real Madrid for different reasons. One, this summer, he's about to become 30 years old. Secondly, he's on one knee. I don't care how good he's been over the past 3 months. I know what's going to happen. I know, I've seen the script, especially with what we do with these kind of players. When we signed Rudiger at the age of 30, when we signed David Alaba around the age of 28, 29, 30 years old, these players are injury-prone players. Rodri has now become an injury-prone player because once he had that big injury, he came back, then had another injury, and then came back. He's gonna keep having injuries after injuries after injuries because with that massive injury that he's had is that small injuries will start picking up every now and then because at the age that he's at right now, he's 30. He's not gonna keep that same fitness level for the next 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 years. It's not gonna happen. So we're gonna sign first of all a guy who's injury prone, a guy who's on one knee, and on top of that, give him, because currently he's earning what, 220, 230, 240? He's going to demand over 300 plus. That's what's going to happen most of the time, especially when we sign players as a free agent, similar to what we did with Rudiger and Alaba, and we're going to give him a high contract. He's going to be earning more than Vinicius, more than Jude Bellingham, because he would want to come for around that 350 mark, which is more than Jude and Vinny anyway. I don't want that to happen. Of course I don't want it to happen. His profile is what we kind of need, but that profile, try to get a different talent. Try to get a different age bracket. Get in my man, who first of all will create internal problems with the man himself, with the man he stole the Ballon d'Or from, with the man who's come out multiple times making fun of Real Madrid when we beat Manchester City. Look at the shit that he was saying about Real Madrid. And on top of that, when he won the Ballon d'Or, look all the chant that he was making about Vinicius Jr. crying, Vinicius Jr. this, Vinicius Jr. that. And now we're gonna bring that into the dressing room where we've got Vinicius Jr. First of all, it's a slap to Vinicius Jr.'s face, and the fact that he himself is prepared to do it, you're fake. You're an absolute fake person because you've criticized Real Madrid, you've made fun of Real Madrid, you've criticized the player, you've made fun of Vinicius Jr., yet you're still about to join them. Why? Because one, Madrid is the greatest club and it's going to be a checklist, part of your resume, part of your CV. And two, because we're prepared to give you 350, 375 a month. That's the reality. That's the reality. If Man City offered him 250 and we offered him 350, he's going to come to us. If we offer him 250, Man City offered him 350, he's going to stay in Man City. The money talks, especially at that kind of age where he's going to get a 2-3 year contract with that kind of salary. Of course, he's going to milk it as much as he wants, but I don't want it to happen because if we sign Rodri, what's going to happen to Vinicius Jr.? What's going to happen to Vinny Jr.? Because clearly you don't have respect to Vinny Jr. And clearly you're saying, I'm going to bring the same person who made fun of you, was singing chant about the fact that you were crying. That little chant he was singing in the bus when he won the Ballon d'Or. Vinny, I hate that chant. Secondly, it's a slap to your own face because you're bringing someone who's multiple times in different interviews made fun of us. He's a former Atletico player. Which that to me, I hate the fact that. But anyway, you're bringing a guy who's approaching his 30s. He's not the same level in terms of fitness levels. Who's on one knee, really and truly. He's got his own injury problems. He's going to demand more money than Vinny. Brother, like really, brother, really? Hell no. Hell to the no, fam. Hell to the no. Because if he comes, Vinny goes. I don't see a world that Vinny will stay if Rodri comes. I don't see a world for Vinny to stay if Rodri goes. Vinny's not going to fake it. Vinny's not going to put a smile on his face and say, oh, hello, welcome to Real Madrid. I don't Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. He's not going to say, oh, welcome to Real Madrid. Oh, don't worry about what happened 2 years ago. Don't worry, you deserve to win. It was yours. He's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. So as I said, it's going to create internal problems. And it's going to create wage structure problems. It's going to create financial problems. And we're going to sign a person for 3 to 4 years who's injury prone to what we've seen with David Alaba. He's going to be the same level as David Alaba. David Alaba, by the way, shout out to David Alaba. He gave us 1 good year, 2 good years. But the last 3 years, he's been milking his contract. The same way I expect Rodri to do the same thing. Rodri might give us 1 good season, which is next season. But after that, he's going to be milking that contract of his and going to give us. Don't be surprised if you see him out for 2 to 3 months. And we're going to have him out. Camavinga, who's injury prone. Jude Bellingham in now with the shoulder and what he's having. So we're basically signing an injury prone player who's going to be chilling with Camavinga and making fun of Vinicius Jr. Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing? Hence the reason why I don't want it to happen. and I hope I'm not the only one. I know some people say, well, getting for short term. Since when are we doing short term? Since when are we doing short term? I'm more than happy to do a short term for a player, not give him that kind of salary, not give him that kind of wage, and for someone who would want, respectfully, would want, deep down, would want to join Real Madrid. I know his intentions. I know what he said about Real Madrid, what he said about Vinicius Jr., what is going to create if he joins Real Madrid between himself, Vinicius Jr., the dressing room, forcing potentially Vinny to go, because Vinny is not going to stay if my man joins. We're going to give him a contract for 3 to 4 years. He's not going to accept a 1-year contract or 2-year contract. The minimum he's going to accept is 3 to 4 years. We're going to give him a contract till he's 34, 35. He's going to milk the last 2-3 years because he's going to be done. The same way we've seen it with David Alaba, the same way we've seen it with Gareth Bale, with other players. The moment we give him that long contract till before they get 34, 35, 36, he gets to that age. If you've got any sort of respect, if you, as a Madrid board, this is why I hate the double standards. Like, it's so hypocrite to me. You don't want to give the aging players, because he's getting to the age of 30 now, where he's going to get on that bracket. If you don't want to give them, if you want to give them the 3, 4, 5-year contract, why didn't you do the same for Luka Modric? Luka Modric wants the wage reduction. Luka Modric is a Real Madrid legend, the greatest midfielder in Madrid history. Wanting to join Real Madrid, having him in the present would be so massive. He wanted to join. He wanted to stay. You can play him limit minutes. Rodri would expect him to be fast in football. Why not give Luka those kind of minutes? It's so like you say to Luka, we want to phase down from the aging player. We want to give the younger players a chance. And then you're rumored because you want to get Rodri, who's about to become 30 years old this summer. I know 30 is not 38. But fam, you're going to give him a 3 to 4 to 5 year contract at that kind of money. The triple or quadruple of what Luka Modric was earning. And it's going to create way more issues as well. I just don't get the mindset and the policy that Madrid are working at right now, because it makes zero sense to me. It makes zero sense to me. They're not consistent. With one person, they're consistent. Or with another person, I don't see a consistency. If there is one regime, if they've got one transfer policy, this is the way we do things, then it's fine. Then be linked with your 17-year-olds from Germany, or 16-year-olds from Holland, or 17-year-olds from Brazil. That is your regime. That is what you're trying to do. You're trying to attract the younger stars. But then out of nowhere, I see you attracted to Rodri. That makes zero sense. I see the Konate deals. I see the Schlotterbeck deals, because they're both 24, 25 with years to come. Free agents, some of them. Rodri is about to become 30. So I don't see where we're going from this to that when you don't want to even do it with your own players. You've got your own legends, your own players that has offered so much to this team that you don't want to help them. You don't want to give them, like reward them with a contract, but you want to reward Rodri with a 4-year contract? Because that's what's going to happen. He's not going to come on a 1-year contract or 2-year contract. He's going to minimum get 4 years, fam. So my answer, in really simple words, I don't want this to happen. Hell no. And those are my thoughts. Those are my views. Those are my perspectives. And those are what I stand on. Put down in the comment section what you guys think about the situation. Whether you want Rodri. If you do want Rodri, put down in the comment section why. And be prepared to answer the uncomfortable conversation, because if you want Rodri, that means you're prepared to let Vinny go. Because I don't see a world that Vinny will stay and Rodri will come. Hell to the no. But those are my thoughts. Put down in the comment section, as I said. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon with another video. Peace.